All right, hello and welcome back to the Alta Chair campaign. This is your host and GM Nineveh, and with me are Kathea and Soinnarios.
Hello, this is Kathea.
And this is Soinnarios.
Nice. This is episode 23, session 22. For those keeping track at home, it'll also be in the title, so it doesn't really matter. All right. So last time we were just going into Crabtown, having done some drinking. So it's evening time. The sun is setting. In front of you is a little trollkin with the staff. The staff has a bell on it, and every few steps he smacks the staff onto the ground, the end of it, so that way the bell will chime loudly. Then the rest of you, your fellow guards, some clanmates, one chorustor, and then also Murius, the merchant that you're guarding, are all kind of just following this little trollkin.
Sounds good.
Yep, cool. So as you process along, eventually you will sort of, you're following this winding path, and you will turn into a Crabtown proper. It sits on the lake. It's always raining above the lake. The entire lake is not encompassed by this rain. The rainfall is smaller than it, and against its shore is this town. So there are a bunch of. Honestly, you struggle for a moment to be like, yeah, it's a town. There are buildings here. There are structures. Once you get used to looking at them, built of crude walls, just stones mounted together a lot of times with some timbers draped over them. To you, they look like ruins or hovels. At one part of this town, there is a huge, bigger than Three Hallstead, crab shell just sitting there on the ground. And apparently that's how this place got its name. So that's neat.
It fell out of the sky.
It came out of the lake, but probably first, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. And Murius tells you as you go, he tells you a little bit about the place. So he tells you that there's a temple there to Kyger Latour. One of her champions apparently killed that giant crab when it came out of the water and started eating trolls. The cookout that followed the crab death was apparently a thing of legends. And then he tells you just, everything here looks run down. He tells you that you're headed towards his fellow trader's house, and that you'll get there soon. He's been here before, so as you go,
show us the local area.
Yeah. So he kind of, he's pointing out some things. So as you're following the main trail through, he points out, over here is the Xeroxeron temple. Don't go there. Further down the way is an Argenagar temple. If you really get lost, go there. And then as you're kind of passing, there's a little lake, or a little, stream that has a little bridge on it. And next to it is a cleared field, and there are a bunch of dark trolls out in it. This is not that far past the Xeroxeron temple, and they're weapons sparring. And go to make scan rolls.
Show them up
for me.
I rolled a 78, which I suspect fails. It does.
Probably.
Yeah, it fails.
A 14 succeeds.
Good job.
Nice. Okay. So you see these trolls, these dark trolls, the big right? Bigger than you sort of people. They're carrying maces and shields. They're not wearing any armor, and they're just sort of practicing, it looks like. When you go by, you're watching them. They see your group, and they kind of stop sparring, and one of them slings his mace over his shoulder and is talking to another one, and he points at you guys, and then another one of the trolls walks off from the side of the field ahead of you and sets himself up on the trail and then walks back towards you.
That's not good.
So you're kind of watching him do this loop. He's no longer carrying, this troll is not carrying a weapon or anything. He's wearing about as much as a sparring troll wears.
In case people don't notice that I point out the troll, I'm concerned.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though we've only had good experiences with trolls, Bills, or Argonargar.
True.
We should ask Murius if he has any idea what this is about, or maybe even our.
Yeah, he kind of focuses. Yeah, Murius. Yeah, can you turn your gain up a little bit, please? You're a little quieter than the rest of us, I think, or at least you're substantially quieter than Soinnarios.
Okay, I turned it up. How is it now?
There we go.
Really?
That's better. That's a lot better. I think you turned it down when you switched mics. Yeah, it's fine. And it was too far down.
Okay.
So, cool, good.
That's fine.
Right. So, Murius he's watching, and he doesn't seem too concerned about it. He just tells you, remember, as long as we're here and we're doing what we're supposed to, they're not allowed to start fights with us. We're not allowed to start fights with them. And then he thinks about it for a moment and says, just remember that troll violence really starts with a weapon.
Okay.
Oh God.
They're a little rougher than us.
So if he decides to punch us or eat us or something, that's not violence.
Well, he can't eat us. It's just they're, you know, they're trolls. He's struggling to put it into words. He's like they're more violent than we are, but they're not gonna hurt us seriously. So, and that is, to be fair,
But
pretty much
if
how
we
it
pull a
works.
weapon, that will escalate it.
I hope. What was that?
Yes,
What'd you say,
If we pull
Soinnarios?
a weapon, that will escalate it.
yes,
Even though that would equalize it for us, that will escalate it with them.
yes. Cool. So, anyways, you guys continue on. The troll continues on. You're kind of just like you're like everyone's like, yeah, we can. Like, this isn't subtle, right? Like, and you can tell it's not subtle. But he's a big troll, broad, and when your group crosses him, he just sort of like tries to shoulder check one of you as you go by, like just a stumble sort of movement. Specifically,
Oops, I'm
Kathea.
sorry type of deal.
Whoops,
Yeah, pick on the little woman.
pretty much.
Okay.
So you have some options. You can try to dodge if you don't want to get shoulder checked.
I'd probably prefer not to.
Okay,
It'd be funny if I could stand up to him, but I probably can't.
he's bigger than you, and I mean substantially
he's
larger than you, and probably stronger. Though really, you're pretty strong.
Most people are bigger. I'm pretty strong,
Yeah,
but
yeah, you're small.
nobody ever picks on you, and you're stronger than I am. And I'm inoffensive.
That's not what death says.
Okay,
Right. So if you
I
want
will
to
attempt
avoid
to
him,
dodge
try
it.
to avoid him.
let's see if
There you go.
you're there. I could use my shield to deflect him. Am I allowed to do that, or is it on my back?
You're probably carrying it on your back, I would assume. Carrying your shield around is like
Okay,
telling people that you
I'm
want to
gonna
get in a
dodge.
fight.
I'm doing defensive because I'm a defensive-minded person. All right, I'm dodging now.
Okay,
Or maybe not. Let's see. Nope, I rolled a 97.
cool. Ooh, that's bad.
I do have a skill. I have a skill 49, so I'm pretty sure that's not an actual fumble. But I don't know that, I guess. You could tell me. If it's a fumble, I'd at least get a skill check in it.
It's not a fumble, but it's
Even if-
definitely a failure.
Yeah. Well, a failure is a failure in this case. So I failed to dodge
Unfortunate.
the troll that I saw that was definitely going to try to body check me.
Yes, there just weren't a lot of places to go. You got whacked.
Yeah, everybody else is crowding around me, man.
Okay, so what's your... Well, your dex is pretty good. What's your size plus dex?
My size plus dex is 27.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm hard to hit. My size should be a bonus. You might miss me.
Okay, so why did I do this? Sigh. They're like, oh, knockback is just a resistance table, like a resistance check. And it's like, you're like, just add the two together. And it's, yeah, that doesn't work. Why do they do this? So, long story short, yeah, you get
I
shoulder
wonder if
checked.
it'd be considered attack if I turn my light on.
Probably not. It's still dusk out, so the sun is almost gone, but it's not dark yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get,
Go
he
ahead.
checks you. You tried to give ground, but there's just nowhere to go, and
Mm-hmm.
so he just like whacks you with the shoulder, and you like stumble off a little bit from the impact. He's big and strong, and he just
Do I manage to,
like he like
do I manage
laughs. He
to
goes,
keep my feet?
"Oh yeah, you don't get knocked down. You just stagger a bit." So he laughs meanly, and is like, "Watch where you're going, little star lady."
Sorry, I did not make amends for your clumsiness.
So he
Amends is the wrong word, but oh well.
right. Yeah,
And I walk on and ignore him.
nice. His little beetly eyes like scrunch up. His trade talk's not very good. So what?
Well, I probably just butchered my word anyways. I was trying to be like, whatever. But I got knocked. Did I take any damage or am I okay there? Just not.
No, you're fine. He just whacked you a good one, and you didn't get mad at him. So
Yeah.
he's like, it's fine, whatever. Like honestly, you'd probably struggle more if it was an Argon
Yeah.
Argari mistreating you than a Xeroxaron. You don't like Xeroxaron because nobody likes Xeroxarani, but your special enmity is with Argon Argari. I mean, I don't know why people don't like him.
Right,
He's just like
right.
the troll god of hate, right? Like, I mean,
He's just evil and nasty.
he's a complex and
But
multifaceted
anyhow, yeah.
character. Yeah. So anyhow, yeah. So you guys survived that. Good for you. This is, I don't know if early
I'm gonna
I don't know if early RuneQuest players were just really proud or what, but this is like an actual, like, you got to navigate this.
It would be tempting to go, oh, I'm going to pull weapons and show him what's what, and then I'm sure it escalates from there. Plus, I might lose,
Right.
which would suck.
Cool. So you get past that. Maria seems to
I'm
think it's
being
amusing more
well-behaved.
than anything else. Good job. So Maria finds this funny more than anything, just like vaguely amusing.
I smack him in the back of the head.
But he trades with trolls, so you know.
He's a troll trader.
Scenarios, roll human insight for me.
It's
Oh, that's real
59?
bad. Okay, that's pretty bad. It's a failure.
We're
for
off
sure.
to a great
Okay.
start tonight.
So you get him out of the way early. You get nothing special here, but your suitor who's with you, Chorustor, I'm just gonna remind you that he's here. He's present. He's been with us the entire time, but we haven't talked about him much. And he is wearing lighter armor than you, but it's very nicely made. It's of similar quality to yours, just lighter. He is around, and as far as you can tell, he's fine. Everything's cool.
Is he more uncomfortable around trolls than we are?
You don't know.
Or is he uncomfortable around me?
You don't know. Everyone's uncomfortable around you. You're awkward.
Me? I'm not awkward. My character.
It's funny because your charisma is that if you charge, people follow, right? But when you talk to people, they're like,
Yep. Ellendor likes me. I think Coram likes me okay. Mardina likes me. Soinnarios, I think.
Yes. I'm so needy.
hard to tell with her. All right. So, anyways, he's here, but everything seems fine. So your little entourage continues on further into Crabtown. It does not noticeably improve to your eyes as you get more in past the outskirts and into the actual town. Things
That's all right. We're leaving the suburbs.
Yeah, like everything is just sort of there. It is, you know. But
it's very ramshackle.
Yeah, it's extremely ramshackle. It's like second worst category of ruins in Pavis, like the rubble, ramshackle.
My character has no reference for that.
I know what you do.
Did you?
But it's rough though.
Okay. Yep.
Rougher than the Mandarins.
So once
you shouldn't be talking there, aren't you?
You live in one of those.
I didn't say it out loud.
You just thought it. See, I didn't think that. I'm over them.
Nice. So other than this, like you see some trolls about and kind of getting up and stretching out. They're not wearing armor or anything. They're just wearing clothes. They're sort of yawning, starting to move around as the sun goes down and the night covers the sky. As you get into the more built-up areas, more densely populated areas, you're seeing a lot of trollkin popping out, and they're just kind of running around. Like you see almost all of them are like grabbing stuff to eat, just like whatever they can find. In the distance, you can hear a drum beating. You can see a couple groups of scouts and hunters moving around. But so as the sun goes down and things get dark, the town really comes alive.
Makes
So
sense.
that's fun.
Yeah, hold on to our stuff close. And we're on our horses, aren't we? So watch them closely so Trollkin don't consume them.
Right. Make sure your Trollkin don't eat your horses. Like that's important.
I have stereotypes about Trollkin. I don't know how true they are, but she's heard things.
Okay, so other things you see. You've already had the Argonagar temple pointed out to you. There are some Trollkin working outside of it as you get close enough to really see it, pulling bags or laying out fish. The lake itself is covered in fog. There are winds blowing off. Colder winds are coming off of it, and it's raining in its center.
So this is not the kind of place I want to come build a summer home.
No, not really. And you can see some fishing boats being launched and rowing out. Finally, as you approach the Argonagar temple, which is where you're kind of headed, so he seems like a doorman or a butler. Not that you're like a guard sort of guy, but not military, just an attendant.
Yeah.
He's wearing a weird little motley cap. And when your group approach, he like scampers up and talks to the Trollkin that has the bell. And he's watching you. Like he keeps looking over at you while they're talking. And they kind of chatter in Dark Tongue, which you don't know. I don't think either of you know Dark Tongue. Yeah, so they're chatting. The little Trollkin that's with you kind of nods and points at each of you. Then they whisper to each other. Like it gets quiet, like hushed. And finally, the little butler guy turns to you.
Him anyways.
Yeah, you can't, but they're like, you see them, they like lean into each other. So they're really quiet. And then the little butler guy with the funny hat looks up at you and says something like, "Sir Scissor, to his customs, Hi, to Lord out now, so plus be seated, eat or sleep to his arrival, plus do not stray from the spot. His trade talk is terrible. Like, it's awful.
We'll just follow
This
Marius.
is directed at
has-
you,
I'm sure has
Kathea,
this
by the way.
figured out.
No, he's talking to you, like, to Kathea.
Oh,
Like,
me?
he's pointed, like,
Personally?
right at you when he does this. Yeah. So,
Why am I getting
Marius
singled
is
out?
standing next to you. Because
Yeah.
you're not sure, but Marius is, like, turning red. And then he's like, no, you're supposed to be talking to me. And then the little trollkin, like, looks at him and then just turns and just does it
Oh.
again. Just straight up.
So they assumed I was the leader.
Yes.
Take that, Marius. I don't know why, but
So now you get to kind of hang out and wait. Kind of boring. There's not a lot
so
going
because
on.
I'm the warrior.
Say again.
I said I was just curious why they directed it at me. Is it because I'm the warrior?
Because you think because you did the drinking. Once you think about it,
That makes sense.
you think the little truckin's like, that's the one that did all the drinking. All right, cool. Hey, you. Like, hold on.
That's fair.
So now that you're waiting, Marius would prefer that you stay close, but he can't actually force you to, right? Like, and the Argar
Okay.
Temple is a neutral, safe space.
I'm gonna take just an instant
Mhm.
and cast Cat's Eyes.
Okay, cool. So you can see in the dark. Okay. So that goes off.
I can see in the dark for 12 hours,
12.
Like
That's
a
a long
cat.
time.
and my
Yeah,
eyes
that's awesome.
reflect like a
Like
I can do
cats.
it all night.
Nice.
So-
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
So your vision sharpens and you can see much more deeply into the city now. And you can watch what's going on around you. And it's useful too because there are not a lot of fires. They're not posting torches
Right.
and things. Like, so it's pretty dark. The Argar Temple has some light, but not much. Like they have like a lamp or something that they can move around, or a lantern. So you're able to see a lot more of what's going on around you now, which is useful. The rest of you are in the dark.
Literally. I am going to put focus on keeping a watch around us and what's going on, but I'm also going to focus on taking in anything I can from the city. From the
Yeah, for
town,
sure.
What's going on here? I'm just curious.
Roll a scan check and see if you see anything cool.
Let's see how bad this one is. That's a 39. And with my newly
Okay.
improved scan, that is a success by a bit.
Nice, good job. Okay, so the big thing that you see of interest, like obviously you're watching trolls just go about their lives, right? They're getting up, going to work,
Mhm.
whatever they do. Some of them are leaving the town to go work, probably with giant beetles or mushroom farming or whatever it is they do. Fishing is big here, so a lot of people are going to the boats. There are trollkin kind of everywhere, sort of the way
All
that
that's-
like
I was just saying, all of it would be new to me, so she's just curious and just kind of taking it in. Like,
yeah, for sure. There
this
are
is a
trollkin.
troll town. This is what happens.
Yeah, and there are trollkin all over the place. They're like the way children would be in a human village, plus the way shadow cats would be in a human village, plus the way rats would be in a human village. So they're kind of just everywhere, and
Makes
some of
sense.
them are doing useful things, and some of them aren't. It just depends. You do see off in the distance, you can see a group of trolls sort of forming up, and they're like forming into rows, and then they sort of like go jogging off in two groups towards a field, kind of past your vision. You're not sure what that's about.
Were they all
You probably
armed?
are, but nope, they're not carrying any weapons or wearing armor. They're just trolls doing a thing.
Oh, do they have a spare troll gun? Do they have a spare trollkin or three with them?
Possibly, yes. So four trolls, 4 trollkin,
Oh, I'd like to go watch that out of character.
right? Like, yeah, it looks like they're going off to do something. So after a fair amount of loitering, Soinnarios, what do you do with your time here? You have a little while where you're just waiting. It is dark.
But no.
Okay.
Check on
This is a
everybody.
good. Yeah, Corustor seems fine. He's very fine. Elendor seems to be doing okay, so no big worries there. Mardina is struggling because she can't write in the dark and she can't see what's
No.
going on, so she's having trouble taking notes, which is what she's here for, basically.
Well, needs to use that big brain and remember stuff.
She can do some of that, so. But yeah, she's struggling a bit. Otherwise, there's there is a section that has like I said, a lantern hooded, so it's just casting a cone of light for visitors who are bad at living in the darkness, and it just
Yes.
highlights some goods. There's some fish and some like stuff set out, like carapace, insect carapace, and things like that.
Trying to see if I have the option to help anybody else here, but I'm having to look in multiple sources. So give me a patient. I could cast Cat's Eyes on somebody else if I wanted to. So I was checking that.
Of note, that
But I was actually curious
because
about
you
here.
understand how that spell works, you know that that won't help Mardina very much.
Yes. Yep. I was not really thinking of Mardina with that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure
It's
which way you're
debating
going, so I
out
just
of
wanted to be like, don't
character,
cast it on her because it
my
won't actually
fellow
help her very
PC.
much. Yeah, that would make sense. I mean,
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that. I'll spend another of my very valuable rune points on my cousin here, who can see now.
Hooray!
hooray!
I have to roll technically now. Yes, 34. Did it?
There you go. All right, cool.
So you can see, and I would have done that pretty much right away.
Right,
Yeah.
so
Would have done one.
you're aware of everything that has been described going on around you. Now
Plus,
you
I
can make
like this.
scan
You
rolls
can use
instead of just listen
rune
rolls.
magic.
Troll ball.
Yes.
Yeah, troll ball.
I like getting to use rune magic for things other than just straight combat. It's kind of fun.
Right.
Winning
That makes
magic,
sense.
though,
Cool. So the two of you can see. So that's cool.
Welcome to my
After
world.
some hanging around, nice. Eventually, Sir Scissor will show up. Maurice tells you that that's not his real name. You know, it's his human name. He doesn't use his troll name among humans, so he gave
What's his
himself the
name?
name. Sir Scissor.
What is his
You're
name?
not sure he understands how names work.
Oh, Sir Scissor.
Sir
Yeah.
Scissor. Yes. You're not sure if he
Yeah.
understands how names work in human culture, but that's the name he got.
I think I recall this popping up from years
Yeah.
in the past.
Yeah. So he will eventually arrive. He is a big troll. He is an Argonagar merchant. That much you know about him. He is today wearing like robes, like heavy woolen robes that are just like straight green all the way through. His pants are the same color. His fur cap is the same color. Everything he's wearing that can be dyed has been dyed green.
A
He's got
stylish
a leather
troll.
belt. Yeah,
As it were.
he's got a leather belt. It's got a silver clasp on it. He's got a bunch of bags hanging from it. You can roll scan rolls at him because you can see in the dark.
That sounds offensive. I'm going to scan at him.
I'm okay with it.
All right. I rolled a 60, which is exactly my skill. So I made
That's
it.
a success.
19.
Whatever.
19. Okay.
That's just a normal
So
success.
both of
too.
you. So as you're kind of carefully watching him, you notice in his robes, like you see like a little whiskers peeking out of his sleeve, and then a little while later you see the
Uh-oh.
glint of eyes next to his belt. He has a little rat, running around on him. And you suspect that's like a familiar or an allied spirit because it seems intelligent. And
Somehow, rat allied spirit seems appropriate for a troll.
yeah, it's a good friend.
Especially in Argonaut.
I don't know why Argonargor specifically, but okay.
Cannot tell
That's
you.
okay. We don't have much to do here, really. We're just kind of hanging out while Marius does trading stuff.
Yeah, there'll be some stuff that happens.
Apparently, you're the trader, and he's just helping you.
No, I'm just the leader, and he's
Yeah.
the trader.
Yeah. Okay. So when he arrives, you guys are kind of like looking at him. Your eyes go to him pretty quickly. You notice that he's carrying like a large crossbow on his back. You also notice that he has a couple of trollkin with him. They're carrying a third trollkin that is dead and has been like partially dismembered.
Okay.
Okay. So this is probably a good time to
Dismembered Trollkin.
mention that trollkin are trolls in the sense that like big dark trolls give birth to them, but they're considered cursed, and so they are treated as like slaves or pets or food. Basically, they have apparently Sir Scissor has apparently hunted down a wild one.
Do we know this going in? Has Marius warned us?
Do
of
you
this,
have
that we
any
might
Elder
serve
Troll?
Trollkin? That would be a negative.
Okay, so all you know about trolls,
Well,
about
my
the
homeland lore would give me something.
not much, unfortunately. What you know about them are just bits and stories, right? They're big, they see in the dark, they worship cruel, violent gods.
Right.
They are cruel, violent people.
So we know they're big eaters of things and
Yes,
intelligent
they're
creatures.
hungry. Yeah, they eat everything.
Yep.
They're divided between the big trolls and the little ones that are much more numerous, but are also like stunted and usually not very smart. There are other types of troll, like bigger ones that are also pretty dumb. Like you know that sort of stuff, but you don't really know anything about their culture, like at all. You have encountered a few traders in your life that you were kept a distance from until very recently. You've never been to one of their villages before, so something to note. Let's see what else we got. As you approach his home,
I think the only. Sorry.
no, go ahead. You can go ahead. Whatever you're gonna ask. Oh, darn it.
I wasn't going to ask anything. I was going to say that I think our only interaction ever with the troll is only our past one with it, probably an Argon Argar. And the,
Yeah, that sounds right.
same set of Ks as the Wyverns.
Right. Cool. So once you greet him, he'll guide you to his house. He seems happy to see everybody. He knows and he greets you all and invites you back to his house. And then when you get close to it, he has like it's a troll home, right? Out front of it are a pair of big trolls that have big claws, and they're like chained to the side of it. And he just kind of like whistles them off. And then all right, a note to the audience. This is our third time trying to record this little section because I've had a lot of technical issues. So I'm going to narrate our way through a couple minutes of it, and then we'll pick right back up into the action. We didn't miss a lot. It's just been a struggle. So Kathea and Soinnarios, you will meet Sir Scissor eventually. He will arrive with 3 trollkin with him. 2 of them are carrying a third dead one that has been partially dismembered or butchered. And then on Sir Scissor's like chained to his belt is one that has like a big nose and had its eyes put out. That's a new detail, I suppose. Both of you, the first time we did this, made your scan rolls. And so after watching Sir Scissor interact with Marius for a little bit, you can see a little rat. You see its little nose poke out. You see some whiskers kind of scurrying around inside Sir Scissor's like green robes. Everything he's wearing is green. It's everything. Like everything that can be dyed green has been dyed green. None of it matches, but it's all just one fairly shade. So, or one fairly strong color. So this rat that you see kind of scurrying around, who you are pretty sure would be his allied spirit, so a servant sent to assist him from his god, and he will, after some chit chat with Marius, he will beckon you guys onto his house. So you and the other guards will go to his home to finalize Marius's trade. When you get there, like outside his home, it has like a rough fence, right? It's like a pile of stones that kind of loosely goes around it. It's not really regular in height, width, or in shape, but it's there. And then, so there's a yard, and then his actual house, which looks like some slightly less distressed ruins than most of the town does. Chained to the wall of his house, the outside wall, are a pair of like really large trolls that have very small eyes and very large claws. And they kind of get gritchy or snarly, and then Sir Scissor says something to them, and they just like calm down and back off. So as you go to the door, this is when Soinnarios, like kind of unexpectedly, he throws like a sack over your head and shoves you through his door. And so we'll pick up right there. So what is your immediate reaction to this?
I reach for the bag.
Okay. So you start to reach for the bag, and you hear Marius, who I really want to just call Murray, but we're calling him Marius because it's his name.
Same here.
Right? Like reach for, you start to do that, and you hear him kind of like whisper, like hiss at you, like, just leave it on. It's fine. Like, and then a second later, you hear Sir Scissor just start laughing, like just like a big booming laugh, like gut slapping, like this is really funny. And then he tells the rest of the group, and you actually, he goes, "Oh, that's funny." He's like, "I always like to get the first one by surprise, but seriously, put the bags on your heads." And he hands out like more bags to the rest of you. And Marius does this. Like he nods at the party and puts a bag over his head and then walks, like kind of gets guided over the threshold. Kathea. Cool. All right, so you put the bag on your head, everybody does, and you go in. Once you're in there, sort of blind, unseeing, Sir Scissor instructs you. He goes through a set of instructions where he's like, before the bags come off, this is my house. These are my things. Here are the rules. No fighting, no killing. Don't take anything. If I tell you to leave, you leave. If you agree, take the bag off your head. Cool.
I'll just take the bag off.
Okay. So you took the bag.
Yep.
Okay. And Kathea?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so the rest of your party follows suit, as is Marius. Once you're in, Sir Scissor goes through the spiel, and it takes a while. He starts pointing to things and explaining that they belong to him. That over there, that's my chair. Don't take it. This over here, that's my hand beetle. Don't touch it. This over there is my collection of skulls. Don't take them. And like, it's sort of a rote process. He goes through it fairly quickly. And you can see Marius just like looking visibly bored. Like he's been through this before and is just like, we just have through it. So you guys have no experience with trolls, but you are getting the rough and ready troll experience. So he kind of goes through this. And it takes a few minutes for him to like point out every item of value in his house and tell you not to take it. Once that's done, he sort of looks around at you guys. There's a whole party of you, and tells Marius, like, we will trade food so that we all know who is and isn't food, and then we'll sit down for business. And so you guys, like, Marius brought some stuff, like meat for that, to hand to you guys, and then you guys receive like some extremely hard cheese in return. Oh no. Sir Scissor is an expert on humans. He knows what you like.
So he thinks.
A for effort.
So after you eat a bit of cheese, and he eats some meat, he'll kind of sit down for business. After a few minutes, he tells Marius that, it's pretty early, and he's thinking about breakfast. So frankly, there are too many mouths in here to feed. But it would be rude if he'd just left people out. And so at this point, Marius, and he kind of says something like, "You brought a lot of guards this time, Marius. Don't you trust me?" And Marius laughs and says, "I do, but after what happened last time I left, I thought we could use some extra." And then he gives you guys permission, like if you want a few of you, 2 or 3 of you, to leave while he's here. He tells you he's safe in this house. He's not worried. If you want to go explore a little bit or just hang out outside, that's fine. Or if you want to stay here, also fine. You'll be fine.
Good staying here. Just follow the look but don't touch policy.
Sure. That's true. He has a little lamp for Marius, but yeah, you guys can see pretty well compared to the other members of your party for sure. Mardina ends up kind of curled up next to it so that she can write. Like she's been taking notes. It's a struggle for her.
It'd be a struggle for me.
Yeah. For different reasons, but yeah.
Very glad we don't have you nor.
Yeah, you shouldn't bring him to these sorts of things. Or you should. It'd be fun.
It would be that.
All right. So
Interesting.
Sir Scissor seems a little miffed that nobody leaves. But he continues on for a bit. Eventually he gets some food and he gives you guys what he would consider like the unwelcome guest share of the food. So, and given that these are trolls, you do find yourself enjoying some fairly bony, gristly bits of meat.
We'll try to follow Marius's example and eat what we're supposed to.
Yeah, he does. And Marius gets better food than you do. They talk sometimes in trade talk and sometimes in dark tongue. Usually Sir Scissor can speak dark tongue. It seems to you that Marius can understand it, whether or not he can speak it very well. Like you suspect, for the Star Wars nerds, right, which is a couple of us, it's kind of like Huttese, right? Like it's pretty deep and resonant, and humans can't always do that, but you can follow it. Obviously, you guys can't because none of you have dark tongue. So you're able to kind of follow the conversation, but they're basically catching up on events in the area. So up here and then down in Tarsh. Or down in Aldatur, excuse me. So, and then they kind of get around to talking about the price of goods and negotiating their prices. As you've sort of just been hired to be guards, you're kind of just hanging out and watching this.
Any good things that we overhear?
Yeah, you would roll your intrigue for this to see if anything relevant comes up in the portions you can actually understand.
I would like to roll intrigue if I'm allowed.
Hooray!
Watch me fumble. Hold it. Hey. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I rolled a 34, and I have a 33 skill.
I rolled a 36, and I have a 36 before bonus.
Yeah, rub it in.
Nice. Okay. So you both?
No, I failed.
You failed. Okay, sorry.
I failed by 1%.
Okay. I didn't catch the first number. So Soinnarios, yeah, you're able to hear that. What would be immediately relevant here? Trolls are planning a caravan. Sir Scissor is planning a caravan to be part of Out to Prax, which is sort of interesting. You've never been there. You've heard of it.
Yeah.
We're not that
and
far.
he's planning a caravan out to Pavis specifically because he has friends in the rubble.
Do we get to go to the rebel?
Probably not, but interesting notes. So he also advises, he tells Marius too, you catch a bit of this, that if he has any stalks of silver, that he should probably move them to Aldature because they'll be selling soon. And he kind of taps his snout with one finger in a sort of crude facsimile of looking sly.
Like they're selling silver or what? Like,
That's what you get out of it. So activity and prax. Might be wise to sell some silver in the city of Aldature. Cool. So after it takes a couple hours, but eventually they finish up their business more or less. Like they get their negotiations done. So everything that Marius has been carrying, he transfers over to Sir Scissor, and Sir Scissor gives him it's like a piece of lead. It's kind of flat. It has some tooth marks in it in one corner, and then it has a bunch of raised marks on it, and tells him to if he takes this back to the Arganagar temple, they'll release the goods for him. They're held there because they're kind of bulky. At which point you guys can carry them out.
Don't really feel like this is a place where I can say anything or do anything. So we're just gonna hang out and let it wash over.
Sometimes silence is a great friend, right? So yeah, that happens. Then so he kind of is done basically and lets you leave. Your little trollkin who's been escorting you will go with you with his little bell on a stick and kind of chime the way for you.
I'm glad we got our own personal trollkin out of this.
For now, until you leave.
he's a friend, not food.
Yes.
No, I don't want to eat him.
I mean, you can be both.
I was thinking about taking him as a pet.
He doesn't belong to you. He's a person. Goodness gracious. So he chimes your way back to the temple. And at the temple are 4 large packs. So they're meant to be worn like a backpack, but they're pretty big and bulky, pretty heavy looking. And they get transferred over to Marius, and Marius tells you that, you and him, he'll help. We'll be portaging these back to your home, and he'll arrange for transport from there.
So is Marius headed back to Art? Are we taking him back to Aldature or something after we're done here?
Yeah, he's not going to catch up. He split off from Joe.
Yeah, I knew that. But I mean, I assumed he wasn't heading off somewhere by himself after some point, but we were escorting him all the way to where he needed to go.
Probably. I mean, if you want to get him all the way back to Aldature, you can. Yeah.
Seems irresponsible not to.
Yeah. He's just a guy. All right. So
as
yes.
we're walking back, I'm going to ask Marius, what happened last time?
Yeah. You told us this before, maybe.
He kind of chuckles and waves it off and says, sometimes trolls sense an opportunity. They're not all of one mind here. When you leave with thousands and thousands of lunars of gear, sometimes other trolls want it. But don't worry, we all outran the giant spiders.
The what?
Okay.
The giant spiders. So they're about the size of a shadow cat. I mean, not the ones they were riding. Those were bigger, but they were also slower. So again, not to worry.
Yeah, I'm totally not worried or concerned. Don't you think maybe you should have told us some of this earlier?
Wayward youths to help us haul our gotten goods.
Yeah.
Stories are almost as bad as Linkermai.
In some ways, they're worse.
Say, our own pet Linkermai is pretty good.
She's not a pet.
Don't say that out loud. No, I like her. She's a cousin.
All cousins.
I know.
Yeah, but she's like a cousin with a capital C, right? Cousin important.
Yeah, I value you just as much in the same way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Harsh. You are just as important as that NPC over there.
Well, I meant in character in the game.
Right.
Nope.
Nope. I'm very, very attached to our little cohort of characters, and Kathea does not know who's a PC and an NPC.
In character, I'm fine. Out of character,
Cool. All right. So as you're packing up, Marius confides in you that he doesn't really want to leave until daybreak.
Okay.
He also confides in you that he has a set of, we'll call them elixirs, that should help you stay up all night without really feeling any ill effects.
Okay,
Though
he's got amphetamines.
You should not take them 2 days in a row. He wants.
Watch out, they're addictive.
They put off the need for sleep. They do not replace it.
So it could be good for the next night.
Say again?
It's like if we wait until day to leave. Then those will be
Yes.
good for like the next night to push through to get more distance from.
They would be, but you're going to stay up all night tonight.
Yep.
It's nighttime
Oh,
right now. So
never
he's
mind.
basically saying, like, hey, we've been hiking, you've been up all day drinking with one of you, you know. And if you think you're going to get tired, which
Seems likely.
you may well start getting tired. I mean, your con scores are not bad, but we will start checking them. But if you think, you know, that's going to be an issue, he can waive that for today, basically.
Well, if they're going to be giant spiders chasing after us, possibly, that may not be a bad idea.
Okay. So he will pass out these little clay, basically little tiny pots, right? Like they're very small with a little like wax sealed top on them, but they're very shallow. And he just pops one open and just chucks it back. It's not a lot of liquid in it, and then motions for you guys to do the same.
Right.
Cool. Sweet. So you and your party do that. It tastes pretty bitter, right? And it sort of clings to your mouth, but you do feel whatever, you know, it's evening now. You've been up for a few hours into the dark. Whatever sleep was starting to claw at the edges of your mind are just cleared. Like there's like a wall there now, just keeping the sleep out.
That's good.
Cool. All right. So we've got the party on drugs. I'm doing my work as a GM here to corrupt the innocent characters.
Yeah, but I assume that we're at the point of we didn't think we would get a full night's sleep tonight.
No, absolutely not. It's too late for that. But he kind of just says, like, I don't really want to leave tonight. I prefer not to sleep at the Argonagar Temple. It is safe there, but it is safe by troll standards.
And you'd rather leave during the day while we can move, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah, so you can see better. The trolls will be much less inclined to pursue you, especially because their trollkin and great trolls hate the light. They don't just find it uncomfortable; they find it like truly terrifying and painful.
Yep,
sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, so helpful. So with that, you guys have the rest of the day to kind of while away.
I don't know.
The night really would be a better.
Yeah. It would seem like we should stay with our stuff at the temple and guard it and not run off and do stuff. And I'm not sure what there is to often do.
Not a ton.
We
Not a
would get
ton.
ourselves in trouble if we did.
It's a troll city. The big thing, and this is something both of you know, is that the lake itself, Skyfall, is fed constantly by a wound in the sky that rains all the time. And you can see this, or you could until it got dark. You can still see it, actually, the both of you now. You can see starlight and moonlight glinting off the water in the rain. But you both know through local legend and through a few eyewitness accounts that sometimes really cool stuff falls out of the water, like out of the sky. Mostly junk, sometimes treasure, sometimes super dangerous. At the same time, you know, just again through legends, there's supposed to be an ancient city under the lake, and sometimes they pull junk out of it when they're dragging their nets. So again, mostly junk, but sometimes valuable stuff, sometimes dangerous stuff.
Dang it.
We can kind of watch and see if anything interesting since we're not doing anything else.
Yeah.
You do see boats out on the lake, and you do see trolls
Yeah.
dredging for stuff. So they cast nets and pull them away and then pull them back up. Most of it's fish. You know, it's mostly what you're seeing.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna kind of watch, but I mean, watch that and watch out and just, you know, I don't know what else to do. I don't feel like there's much to do this evening unless something happens.
I think at least the two of us could maybe go down by the seashore since we still have the cat's eye on.
We could do that. We could go down and stroll along the beach.
Yes. Split the party.
Maybe we could you know, consider building a house here someday. You know, beachside home. Okay.
Yeah, it takes a hard swerve. You open up a beach house.
So yeah, let's go down. Let's go down there and let curiosity cause bad things to happen to us.
Bad things. It could be good things. I don't strictly just punish the players.
I mean, that's true.
No, it just sounds fun.
Sometimes I offer rewards, or at least the potential of rewards.
Mm-hmm. So
I know.
Once you're down there, you're kind of watching. You're seeing some trolls fish and whatnot. Again, this is all net fishing. So the trolls have boats. Their boats are basically large coracles. So they're, I hope that's how you say that. They're large, like saucer-shaped boats that have like a large oar lashed to one end to kind of help steer a little bit. They have some trollkin rowers on each side to kind of move it, like paddle it along. At the front, all of them have a little prow. It doesn't even to your completely inexperienced eyes, since you don't really do a lot of fishing or boat travel, the prow doesn't appear to do anything. It's just a spar of wood that sticks up, and all of them have something lashed to it. Usually, like an effigy that looks like a lizard or something. One has like an entire dead newtling lashed to it.
That's disturbing.
Yep. So they're kind of plying the waters. As you stand on the shore here, with a little bit of like mist creeping at your feet and rain off further into the lake, the storm itself is smaller than the lake. Like off to the side, you hear a voice and you see a troll emerge kind of out of the shadows. Again, you have good vision, but something about trolls you've kind of noticed as you wander around is that even when they're just walking around, and even though you can see in the dark, it does seem like they always kind of find the darkest place to stand and the best spot to be a little hidden. Like it's like their nature just kind of pushes them to pick these paths. Like instead of walking right down the street, they kind of find the corners and edges of things. Like they're not actively being sneaky; they're just a little that way. And that kind of happens here. And one of this bigger troll, calls out to you and asks what you're doing so close to the water.
Hopefully this isn't trade talk.
Yeah, it is.
Checking it out. Just heard it was kind of neat, and we're
Just going for an evening stroll next. Just seeing what's out there.
He gives you a toothy grin. His teeth are fairly bright against the darkness of like his big tusky fangs and stuff against the darkness. He says, "If you want, I can show you that storm. I can take you on the water." Do the two of you waffle in character at that?
yeah.
I try to read him. I'm going
Okay.
to attempt to use my whatever I would use here.
Insight us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
insight troll.
So can I use my base perception
Yep.
percentage? Because I assume I'm at 0 right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
I rolled a 19, but that fails. It's a pretty good roll.
Yeah, it's not
I
bad,
I
right?
felt as well.
Okay, so you're not able to get much of a read on them. Trolls are hard to read, right? They have human mannerisms until they don't, and it can be difficult to navigate those switches. But when you both kind of waffle, you're like, he sort of gets a little more eager and he says, I wouldn't just be doing you a favor. He said the Crabtown Crushers took 2 of my trollkin for balls, and I don't think I'm getting them back. I could use someone to help, and I'll split what we get with you.
I'm gonna look at my cousin since we're so close and get a reading of her reaction.
Ah,
I kind of sort of want to try it as
I
a
know.
player, but I have a feeling that it's a really bad idea.
Same.
I mean, to be fair, your caution and skepticism probably does have some roots in character. Neither of you are that familiar with trolls.
Yep.
Everything you've seen of them so far is that they're kind of hard to get along with.
Yep.
They have a lot of like boundaries and rules to kind of protect each other from their inherently like selfish and cruel nature. Not that they're evil, but they're just big and brutish, basically.
Yeah.
And this one's being pretty friendly. And to be fair, most of the trolls you've interacted with have been fairly friendly.
It's setting off my creepy guy being too friendly things go well with it being a troll. In fact, I'll ask him, why would you ask 2 humans instead of other trolls?
That's a good question. He tells you that the thing is, right, that strangers, people you haven't met before, are people you don't owe.
That actually makes sense to me.
He's like, look, I've got debts, okay?
So what?
So
are we
1/3,
gonna get?
1/3, 1/3.
He's thinking half and half because he has a couple of trollkin and the boat.
Oh, what
Also,
the
he
heck?
knows how the nets work.
Hey, I'm looking at my boat skill of 5. Okay.
Okay, yes, you could die in the lake all on your own, right?
Oh, let's go in the lake. Now my curiosity's hitting me.
Yep.
What's the worst that could happen?
You both die in the water.
We get consumed by a troll on a boat in the water.
Yeah, he's not going to kill you.
Doesn't mean he won't consume us.
Oh, yeah, if you die in his boat, he'll probably eat you. Fair's fair.
As long as he honors us like a kin while he does that.
Yes, he'll loudly proclaim that you're no longer people because, look, you're dead. So it's not cannibalism.
Okay.
Trolls. Anyways, once you agree, he brightens up a little bit, like he stands a little straighter, gives you another big grin, which you are pretty sure trolls don't like. Your feeling is that the grins are for your benefit. Like,
yeah, but they probably look more like an animal baring its teeth than the actual grin.
But he's like, look, human, I'm smiling at you because
What's
I'm
his
happy.
name? What's his name?
Grashnak.
Grashnak?
Yes.
Sounds friendly.
Yeah, he's a friendly guy.
So he's a troll baller?
No, but his Trollkin are troll balls now.
Whoa, hold it. We're taking these back from a.
No, 2 of his Trollkin were taken, so he doesn't have a full crew. So he needs
so
help.
we're playing troll. Oh dear Lord. Okay,
No.
well, let's go see. It'll be fun. Hauling nets all night.
So he owed somebody, and they took his Trollkin 4 troll balls
Yes,
because he doesn't manage money well. His boat's
No.
going to be great.
boat's fantastic.
Does it float?
Yeah, it floats.
It's good enough for me.
It's a floating boat. It's a coracle, so again, it's saucer shaped. Right, it's round. It has a big oar on the back. It's got a couple of Trollkin paddlers to kind of move it around. It's got a prow with a really clumsy carving of a gecko on it. So
It's well insured. Sorry, that was terrible.
no, you're good.
And you don't have an endorsement deal with them.
Nope. And he seems very proud of his boat. So you guys will have to help him push it in the water because the Trollkin are not helpful with this. They're too small and weak.
Okay.
And then once you get it kind of pushed out, you can like hop in, and I'll hop in last.
Okay.
Get a little deeper in. The waters are cool. Not as cold as you'd expect though.
Yeah, that is interesting because you would think we're at some elevation and there's nothing. There's not a lot of sun here coming and hitting it that warms it up with everything overhead.
Nope. But it is a little, like I said, you're used to bracingly cold waters, like
Yeah,
deep
it is.
river, like mountain streams, cold alpine lakes. Like
Yep.
this water is cold, but it's not nearly. It doesn't like jar you to your bones. It's just pretty cold, which is unexpected.
That's nice. So it's only cold, not frigid,
Yeah, it's not miserable.
not
So-
snow melt. Maybe there's
So-
thermal activity under here.
Once you get underway, he will sort of his Trollkin are paddling. He puts them in the front, and then one of you on each side behind them to kind of help them. That way you can watch what they're doing and emulate them. Learn from the Trollkin. Be like the Trollkin.
That's the new low.
Yeah, no.
So, and he's standing at the front, kind of next to the prow, lean out and look around, and sort of, again, you get some of that impression that he's not really looking. There are sounds you can just barely hear. Like it's a thing you feel more than hear. You're pretty sure. However, Troll's see in the dark, he's doing that stuff pretty actively to kind of find a spot. And once he kind of finds a place that he likes, he'll sort of direct you to help him with the nets and pull. And so you'll make several pulls over the evening where you drop nets and then paddle away and kind of dredge for a while and then pull them back up to see what you've caught.
To leave us nice and fresh for tomorrow.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through these. Take a while. You don't have all night. He was really the only boat left on shore because he couldn't get underway without help. So the others are already out here working and have been for a few hours. So you'll get 4 pulls at this, and this is not skill based. Like you can throw the nets, right? Like it's not that hard to drop a net in the water, and things are largely obscured. Since you have cat's eye up, go and roll scans for me.
I make it.
That is a 10. So that is a special.
Very nice. Okay. So both of you see, like you can see the rain. There's a constant, like a cone of rain just falling all the time near the middle of the lake. You can see, both of you pick out at times, you see things falling that look larger than raindrops. Not all the time, but you can see objects or shapes like go hurtling through the sky to the water below. Soinnarios, at one point when you're throwing the nets out, the water, which is kind of choppy, sort of clears beneath you and lets you see all the way down to the bottom, and you can see far below. This is a deep lake. The glint of green glass, and you can see shapes that look almost like a building, like far below the water.
There actually is a city down there.
I'll try to point it out to Kathea.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, you can share this and be like, oh look. Like, of course, the trolls can't see any of this. They can see the stuff in the sky. They have like no knowledge of what's under the water.
Interesting. So you know something they don't know.
Because someone might have told them, but dark sense does not work in the water, so they can't actually see the bottom of the lake.
Interesting.
So you do have a little insight there. Cool. So there's 4 rolls for this, or 4 sets of rolls, I should say, and we're gonna have we'll have Soinnarios do one, then Kathea, then Soinnarios and Kathea.
Sounds good.
Cool. All right. So Soinnarios, you've got the first roll. This is a D100. Just throw it for me.
Nice middle of the road, 49.
49.
Now we don't even learn if high is good or bad.
Okay. So after your first set of like dredge and poles, you pull up a lot of fish in your first set. So these are normal fish. They're, some eels, some like whatever lives in mountain lakes. I don't know, like bass, I guess,
Trout.
right? Like maybe some sunfish or something, like stuff like that. Like, but
So do they keep it and take it back?
oh yeah, he keeps it all. He'll split it with you. He tells you that he can.
That's good.
He'll give you either
I
the
would eat
fresh
the
catch
fish.
or a store, or he'll trade it for dried fish if you want to take it with you.
We'll do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's not bad. So you pull enough basically that everyone on the boat has enough food for a day roughly or so. So enough catch that he can go out tomorrow and not fear starvation. So that's good. This is
It's a
helpful.
hard life.
Yeah. All right. So Kathea, you're up next on the second set of judges.
I rolled a 48.
A 48, huh? Okay. So here's some good news. Right? More fish. More delicious fish. You end up now with enough food that everybody can eat for 2 days. This is wonderful. If you wanted to take a day off, you would immediately start starving. That's pretty exciting. Okay, Soinnarios, you're on the third one. Try to roll high or low, guys.
73?
73. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, roll a d20 for me.
15.
Cool. Okay, so you unearth in the nets. The nets come up and are not particularly heavy. And there's a few fish, not much, bits of scrap wood and stuff, but in the nets you find a chipped bowl. It's just a clayware bowl that's a little chipped, but it's in there.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you got. You got a bit of flotsam.
I think the fish were better.
The fish were better. And then Kathea, you are up last. Roll good.
And I switched dice. And I can't
Or roll
this one.
terrible. It's, real high or real low.
I rolled a 25.
25? Okay. So, roll a... Hold on, I gotta look here. Roll another D100.
Ooh.
10.
A 10? Okay. So, in the net this time, when you pull it up, there's scrap wood, bits of junk, mud, right? But in this like heavy sediment that you pulled up, as you start to like rinse it to clean the nets, there are a bunch of chunks of like fist-sized green glass in it. There are 5 chunks of fist-sized green glass in it. Those are valuable, and your troll friend Thrashnack points that out. These are worth something. Sweet. So after a long night of fishing, though, you pretty much have to pack it in. Like you can see the edges of the dawn starting to creep up. Cool. Well, you didn't get anything terrible, which is good.
Yeah, but I kind of want to come back and explore the random table, but I don't know that it makes sense in character.
Yeah. I love the random table because I love random tables. But
when we get back, what do we end up with out of this?
okay, so you will get, I assume you don't want to keep the fresh caught fish because you can't really transport them.
Yes.
So he will trade them immediately. He'll trade half the catch for a bunch of dried fish. So
Okay.
you will be able to add basically 2 person days worth of dried fish. Or 2, well,
To be
5
fair,
days. So 2, so like,
yeah,
Basically 4 days worth of.
yeah, basically 4 days worth of food.
which is nice. I have not been tracking food at all in this.
Right. So it's worth something, and it tops up your supplies.
Gives it something different. That's probably unusual for us too.
Right. And you will also get, you can keep the bowl.
Okay.
If you want it. You can keep
Yeah.
that bowl. It's nice. It's kind of it's a curio, right? You can be like, I got this bowl at Skyfall Lake.
You put it at your setting.
And the glass, there are 5 pieces of glass. So he's going to give you each one of them. He did 50-50 split it, so he's going to have to figure out how to split the glass in half monetarily.
Does he have money? Because I have a feeling he doesn't have money.
He does not have money. What he does is he trades it to the Agenagar temple. He sells it to him. Like immediately.
Yep.
And then gives you half of what they give him for it.
So
you end up with 10 lunars a piece out of that.
There's total 4 days of dry fish. It's kind of funny this game. Now I feel like we struck it rich.
Because of the fish?
Just in general.
Oh yeah, your characters are pretty wealthy.
I mean, we're already wealthy actually, but compared to him.
Oh yeah, he's super poor.
I don't have to scramble day to day to put food on the. Actually, I don't do any work to put food on the table. But
Nope.
I mean,
Right.
I do work to put food on the table. I'm one of the few people who does not work doesn't have to work the field, so I do.
Right.
So,
But you don't have to go out and find the food you're going to eat today
no. Well, our
with no
clan as a
guarantees it's
whole
out there.
is not that poor.
No. He is pretty poor. I mean, his boat's worth money. He has a couple of trollkin. So both of you guys, without even needing an insight roll, your feeling is that the glass would be worth more both further away from Crabtown,
Yeah.
where it's rarer, and it would probably also be worth more if you bargained at all. But he just got rid of it. He was like, I just need to sell this right now. So he just sold it right now.
He's that kind of poor where he has to sell what they offer.
Yeah. He took the money that they gave him, whatever that offer was worth, and then he split it with you. So he is a troll of his word, though. He did split everything 50-50, kept you safe and sound.
We got a troll friend.
There you go. You got a little troll friend.
Now I'm glad we did it, but I was concerned. Especially when he kept smiling.
He tries. All right. So once that stuff is concluded, he bids you a good day. He's gonna go off to find some sleep, and then you need to get back to Marius anyway, so that you guys can leave.
He's gonna have to go find himself some trollkin, though.
Yeah.
Not my problem.
Cool.
Nothing I can do about it.
No, you're good. So you guys will catch back up with your party and Marius. I'm at the Argonagar Temple. Marius asks you, like, he's curious, but not like, what have you been doing? But he's like, hey, what'd you guys get up to?
Fishing. We have dried fish for the trip home.
His eyebrows kind of rise up. He's like, you went out? You went on a boat?
Yeah, one offered to take us out fishing.
Says, well, that's brave.
Yeah, it seemed foolhardy too, but it was fun. We also got glass, green glass. I'll show it to him.
Like they make the buildings out of.
Yeah, under the water.
He said he seems a little pressed now, and mentions that he's heard rumors that there was a city down there, but he's never seen anything from it.
Well, we have some.
Nice. He also tells you a story that he heard once about a guy who came here with a servant that went fishing. So some sort of a gray sage or something. And he says, I didn't catch all the details, but he did mention that whatever they found there, they found a jar in the water that, when opened, burned his servant's face off. So they were able to fix it. So
He got better.
he got better. So he knows that the lake has things that are very valuable in it, but also very dangerous, sometimes in equal measure.
Yep, I believe it.
But he's glad you came out of it unscathed and richer for your efforts. And then once the sun actually crests, he'll say, well, we better get back on our way. We have several days.
We have our mounts with us.
Yeah, you can ride.
Yep.
So it's a little easier. What you're really just doing is following the shore of the lake, and then you'll follow a tributary. Or not tributary, that's the wrong word, but an outflow.
Yep.
Which is the stream that runs through your clan lands and terminates in your clan lands is an outflow of the Skyfall Lake.
Is that what we follow back?
Yeah, so you'll just take it back. It'll take several days, and there's some navigating you have to do where you have to kind of like skirt along the lake for a while because there's a branch of it that sticks out that's too wide to ford where one of its outflows is.
It
So
looks
you kind
like
of have
it's
to.
pretty marshy on the south and west side too.
It can be. So you've really kind of got to move around, but you can keep it in sight.
Yep.
So it's hard to get lost. It just takes time to kind of figure out what best to do. You've got these 4 huge, like big, heavy, bulky packs to carry as well, which your mounts make easier for sure.
Do you not bring any mules or something to haul these on?
Nah, it's not enough to be worth it, basically. It's not, like it's a big bag on your back, but it's not like a caravan sort of thing or something you really need like a lot of animals to haul. So it occurs to you that if these 4 like big backpacks are worth this trip, whatever's in them is extremely valuable.
We should ask.
Pound for
I'm
pound.
curious. Hey, Marius, what are you hauling?
He kind of looks over your party members for a moment and then decides. You can see him. He makes the visible decision to just go ahead and trust you because it's not like you couldn't open the packs if you really wanted to, right? And he says it's spider silk.
Okay, neat.
It's extremely valuable for clothing.
I can see that.
Especially in Asrolia and with the Lunars.
So, do you sell it at Aldatur or do you take it on from there somewhere else?
He says he'll haul it probably to Boldhome to resell.
Oh, okay.
Since it sits kind of at the juncture of those 2 routes, but he won't go all the way. It's too far.
Oh, he's passing off somewhere else.
Yeah, he'll sell it. He'll sell it in Boldhome, and that's as far as he wants to go. He doesn't want to go back to the Holy Country anytime soon. Cool. So other than that, though, you really just kind of skirt around. and kind of go back to home. So you'll pass eventually through your clan lands. You don't encounter much once you're out. Again, you hear some wolves in the distance a couple times. It's an old staple, but a goodie. You will see, you will follow the giant walk.
It has a more scary connotation right now.
Right. With the Telmori Rising, yeah.
Yes.
You will, when you walk along the Giant's Walk for a time, and you see some fresh tracks there, but you never actually see a giant or anything. But apparently one passed by in the last couple days, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
But eventually you get back into more familiar land, and you end up back on your clan turf. Now, from there, you guys said you wanted to escort him all the way back to Aldature.
I assume he doesn't want to go by himself there.
He'd rather not.
So yes, we'll escort him all the way.
Cool. So you all will head to Aldature then with your party. And that's a couple days walk. It's not too strenuous. So you're probably getting tired of traveling around at this point. You've been out and about for a while, and you'll end up in Aldature. So it's early to mid sea season. So it has been raining off and on, but it hasn't been bad. The temperature is really pretty good. Cool at night, pretty nice during the day, and the city looks, like it usually does in sea season. So the walls actually glitter, the glass is clean with the rain. So, and you'll be able to enter the city. You hear some rumors while you're here, like you get to the Soinnarios market and kind of like deposit Marius at his temple. Like, here, have fun. Like, he pays you guys the rest of what you're owed. My notebook, I'm not sure what the terms exactly were, but we'll look them up. Or more accurately,
Here we go.
I will go listen to it.
I think 50 on the way up, 50 on the way back.
Okay.
On top of another 100, or else we get spell teaching as opposed to the 100.
Yeah, we
Plus
got spell
any
training
loot.
of 500. Is that individual or is that total? I feel like this was per person.
The spell training is per person, yes.
Well, I thought the cash was too. We get
Yes.
50 lunars each.
Yes.
Wow, we're rich.
There
Actually, we got 100 lunars total out of this.
Yes.
And we either get 200 or get 500 spell teaching.
Yes, you can pick either the money or a larger value of spell teaching.
What spells do we have access to? Is it more than Asari spells?
It would be through his temple, basically.
So just the Asaris?
Yeah. So let me pull up their information real quick. I have the Lightbringer's book.
It's not in the main book, is it?
It is, but this is more complete. Has some extra details. So you could learn counter magic, detect enemies, Farsi, glamour, glue, mobility, and repair. If I open up the Red Book of Magic, I can tell you how much this costs. Handy. So counter magic is 50 lunars per point. Detect enemies is 30 lunars per point. Farsi is 50 lunars a point. He's offering you a lot of magic, but it's all Asari's magic, basically. Glamour, glue. Glamour is 100 lunars. Glue is 50 lunars a point. Mobility and repair. Mobility is 50 lunars a point. And repair is 50 lunars a point. So you could learn a lot of magic, but it's all, their magic. Alternately, you could take the smaller amount of cash and use it to buy spells from a cult that's more useful.
Well, I will say this. The mobility is sort of tempting to have some of. The problem is...
Mobility is not a sum up spell.
What?
Mobility is just you have it spell.
Oh, it is. It's not.
Yeah, it doesn't work like it used to. Mobility is a 1-point spell that doubles your speed and so reduces your dex SR by 1.
So it'd be worthwhile having, but if that's the only spell I want from them,
you could just buy it from them outright with the money. Yeah.
And detect enemies would be okay, but what are you thinking, Soinnarios?
I don't know.
Some like counter magic could be pretty cool, but I just don't know if that's...
we always think that. I mean, I played a character who had counter magic 8, and I think I used it like twice.
Yeah. Detect enemies, Farsi, mobility, even repair would all be worthwhile, but I don't know if I need 500.
So you don't have to decide right now what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
It's fine. So that stuff happens. He pays you up. He's going to kind of get prepared to like go on down the road. The next day, basically. So one thing you do grasp pretty quickly is that Asari's traders are pretty much always on the move, at least some of them.
Yep. Is there stuff we need to get back for in sea season, or is this a good time to hang out now to tour a bit?
That's a good question. So if you've been gone for a little over a week, so meta-wise, you can afford to kill 3 more weeks. before you don't get occupation rolls.
Okay.
Important.
It is. Well, but I was also thinking of you. I mean, it's planting season.
It is, but you
Have herds
Yeah,
for now.
You got people that
yeah,
do
you
that.
mostly have herds. You have some barley, but barley is a little tolerant. You did
Is
some
it?
of your planting before you left.
I have 2 questions.
Mhm.
First of all, is that bowl we got actually worth anything, or is it just a curiosity?
No, it's completely worthless. It's just a bowl.
Soinnarios, if you would like it for your mantle, you can have it.
Okay.
I'm going to cross it off my list of loots. I can also cross off the fish, assuming we have enjoyed them or we'll enjoy them some other time.
Yeah, there's a fair chance you ate a good chunk of them on the way back
Yeah,
between your party and whatnot. So
yeah, it's probably better than just an artist shook things up. And we got 20 lunars total from him. Is that correct? So we got 10 each.
yes,
So I'm going to take that 10. I'm going to go ahead and just take the cash payout and sorry. So I got 210 out of that. Still, that's a lot of money. So
But
we got
if-
200 from him, and then I got 10 from the payout from the troll. And we have a glass. We each have 1 glass
chunk.
bead.
No, it's not a bead. It's like a fist-sized chunk of broken glass.
Is this thing?
You know, if you take like one of those big shower block
Yeah.
pieces of glass and chunk it, it's like that, like a fist-sized chunk of glass that has
What-
like, you know, it's not worked.
Does it have any use, or is it just interesting?
That's a good question. You're not sure. Mardina's not sure either.
I am going to go to the Linkermai temple while we're here and
Mhm.
spend a little bit of my, if that's okay. So
Yeah.
Norris, take both of them there. Actually, if you're okay, I'll take both and find out if there's any use to them and explain where we got them.
What if Mardina did that? So she got a discount in using our.
Yeah,
credit?
we could let's let when I was saying go in there. Yes, you're right. We will let Mardina do that, and we will pay for whatever out of our funds, and hopefully we do it with her discounted rate.
Right. Okay, so this would be
We should have been
expensive.
prepared for that. Oh, you're saying expensive just to drain our funds.
No, because this is legitimately like a tiny chunk of an old story that you need to interpret out into something useful. So if you have the or I can do it. I'll do it. Yep. I went ahead and subtracted the appropriate value. Okay. So it takes her a few days to exhaust her resources.
Yep.
Basically look for everything she can.
Mhm.
She does roll a simple success, so she will have some information for you.
That's good.
So here we go. All right. She relays the story. It's like she found basically the only mention of the city's origin, which is where the glass comes from. So there was in the God time, during the God's War, the Chaos, Greater Darkness, all that. There was a great champion of chaos who no longer is known. He carried a weapon called the Iron Spike. It was a spike of poisonous iron, and with it, he killed a lot of heroes, gods and men. But eventually, 3 deities stood against him to war with him. One of them was Sharkaziel, also known as Lorien, the Sky River Titan. He's a dragon, a true dragon. He wounded the Sky River Titan with his spike. The dragon fled into the sky, but his blood, which is the rain of Skyfall Lake, washes down constantly because it's a wound that will never heal. The other 2 hero gods, one of them was murdered outright in the battle. The other one broke the spike, the iron spike, into like a million pieces, and it scattered around. And once the spike was gone, this terrible champion of chaos turns out to just be like some dude, right? Basically, like he's not that impressive without the weapon. The weapon was all the power. So they slew him and buried him in his city, which was the Green Glass City, which was known to be a city of basically chaotic people. So it's been drowned in the blood of the Sky River Titan, which will rain on it forever, basically to keep it from ever arising again.
That's not disturbing. That fish isn't sitting so well anymore.
You're fine. The water is the blood of the river, the blood of the
that's
Sky River. It's purifying, right? Water has that capacity to slowly like leach away or wash away impurity in order to remove chaos. But
That's
so what you get from that is that the glass is valuable, right? It's the physical manifestation of a place where chaos was defeated. That has some value. She relays to you that, it's worth noting that there are 2 other glass-walled cities in this area.
One is this.
There's the one you're in, and one is
That's all.
Glasswall.
right? So she doesn't know anything about why there are glass cities in the far place or what their provenance is. And as far as she can tell, nobody does.
Interesting.
The walls, like the glass you have, is inherently magical. It does not have like a cool, like you would tune it and then neat things happen, right? She knows from past recoveries, some records, that you can polish these and turn them into scrying orbs, which is something that the Linker My Cult does. But she would imagine that outside of her wanting one, right? Like, you probably don't want to just give them to the temple because you already have so much credit.
If she wants one, I'll give her mine.
Look at you. You're a sweet person.
Yeah, now she owes me. No.
Yeah, she
I'm
already owes you.
I'm actually joking. I'm doing it because
Yeah, she
she's
gets all
such a good,
round-eyed and excited about it.
loyal companion.
She is. She really is. She's like a little puppy that stabs people.
She's actually been pretty good. I'd like Mardina.
So I'm glad y'all like some of the NPCs.
I like all of them.
That's good. Yeah, she gets like all round-eyed and excited about it, and will certainly take it off your hands. She basically, so in a meta context, right? If we're gonna get super cynical, the fact that you keep throwing her stuff that's cool, right, and that like suits her needs and wants, makes her much more willing to basically do your discounted research for you. But it's not that cynical, right? Like, you're friends and family, and since you're nice to her, she feels gratified and willing to be nice as well. And
I
that's
try. I hope it's all a two-way street.
Yeah,
So
it's a
we
mutual
take her
cycle.
places and blah blah blah. That's her. Some of us are provide the hard arm and strength, and other people provide the brains.
So yeah, so she's happy to get it. It'll take some time and work, and she'll probably be visiting some questions about some of the credit eventually to get it enchanted, but not right now. She'll take some time for her to be ready for that, because she knows like scrying orbs are a thing you learn from her. Like, Linker Mai can cast a spell like a miracle called Scry by calling on their god. They need magical focuses for them. Those magical focuses are usually very expensive to make. But if you get the green glass from this sunken city, it will do just fine, and it's not as expensive, especially if you just go get some.
But she just got the same payout we did.
Right, yeah. So she's making money, getting artifacts. The other one, she suggests that if you don't sell it to the temple, which you don't have to do, and she understands why you wouldn't want to, your next best bet is probably to try to get rid of it either at Furthest or Boldhome. That both places have courts large enough to want them, but they'll actually be a little bit difficult to just sell an altar.
You could just keep it too. I mean, I don't know if you need cash for it. And so, I mean, I thought until she said she needed a scrying, I thought about taking it back and putting it at the temple as a gift.
I will think about it. It could be an adventure.
Yeah, we don't have to plan an expedition for one chunk of glass right now. Like, it'll be okay. But write it down in your notes, keep track of it, and if you ever have a reason to go to Boldhome or Furthest, you might remember that you have it with you.
Yep. I remember that's yours, Soinnarios, so I'm not keeping it because I gave mine.
Oh, no.
So, and I already took the cash and wrote it down, minus 10% for tithing.
Nice. Other stuff you learn in Aldicher, because you're already there. You do see, you're not sure if Murray has passed word on or what, but you do see some of your local Isaris making some moves to acquire coinage pretty quickly, or to acquire like hack silver, like jewelry. And while you're there waiting on Mardina to work, she's at Linker My Temple doing research. Like, she's in the stacks, pulling out musty old scrolls and whatnot and talking to people. You do hear an announcement that the Lunar Empire is well aware of the uprising of the Tumori, and they know what happened to the Maboter, and they are ready to avenge them. They have summoned a general with experience fighting the Tumori to Boldhome. He will be passing through Aldicher soon, and he is preparing an army.
My spidey senses suggest that this is more of an excuse to go beat on people, or that it's Abyss. I don't know anything.
Roll intrigue to determine the power politics at hand here.
Yes. Hey, I made it. I rolled a 31. I have a 33. I get
Nice, look at that.
skill
Okay, so
check.
you can put a check in intrigue if you don't have one already. And so thinking about the situation, the Mabota are a tribe. They were a tribe, a triady actually, and of note, a matriarchal triady.
Yep.
So your clan mourns them perhaps a little more than some of the clans around you because you did marry into them a little more because they also sent men away. So you know, like even though they're far away, you did occasionally marry into them. They got like eaten, right? There are some survivors, people who weren't there, people who managed to escape around the periphery. But for the most part, the Tomori killed most of that tribe.
That's pretty horrible, actually. So the
It
Tomori
really is,
committed
actually.
genocide.
You gather from, because once this announcement's made, there's a lot of chatter about it. Your impression is that the Mabota, the Mabota and the Tomori fought off and on for a long time before Sarter settled things, basically. And once the royal house was gone, the Mabota they were trying to set up a colony or a fort like east of themselves to kind of establish a border further out. And that's, you think, your gut impression is that's what provoked the Tomori. Whether or not that seems even-handed or just to you, totally up to you, but that is your sense that there was more raiding on both sides. The Mabota tried to fortify their border by taking land, and the Tomori responded by killing everyone. Yes, your impression is that having dealt with the Lunars a couple of times, you've kind of seen how they work now. They probably will legitimately go to war with the Tomori. They typically try to win the wars they fight. You don't doubt for a second that they don't really care about the Mabota. Like, this isn't actually about vengeance. There are other things at play. You also learn, both of you can pick this up pretty easily. The man who's marching is a man named Jomes. This is the general that they're sending. He's from Agar, which doesn't mean a lot to you. You would think of Agar as a relatively barbaric place off to the northwest. You haven't heard much about it. Traditionally Orlanthe, much like, Sarter and Tarsh, right? Like traditionally Orlanthe. But
It's been under the Lunar Empire for a long time, isn't it?
yes.
I know that.
Yeah, it's part of the Lunar Empire. It used to be, or was, an Orlanthe place. Your impression of it is that it's a relatively barbaric place, but you know very little about it.
Well, I'm interested in it, but it's not something I would see us getting involved with.
That's absolutely fair. It's just a thing that's happening in the world. How you engage with it and to what extent is up to you. So once that goes, you do see people, the merchants who got ahead of it are probably standing to make a killing, because when you go to war with the Tomori, you need silver or iron if you want to win.
Makes sense.
So there is a lot of speculation on the market that people will be buying silver to make or co-weapons with. So that was what that was kind of about. You have no idea how Sir Scissor knew that before anybody else. Thinking back on it, it's like, how did he know?
Yeah.
Those people barely died.
So, yeah. Okay. So that's the last big thing that happens in Aldature.
Almost thought about spending some credit to buy a spell.
Okay, if you want to, you can.
You have opinions, Soinnarios, if I were to get a spell as a combat-y type thing? I haven't checked. I'm pretty sure my cult would teach me Fireblade, which I don't know, but I don't really know if I want it. Maybe my other traditional ones would be something like Protection. Do you think Mobility would be nice? I haven't used my melee weapons much, but it seems like a Blade Sharp would be worthwhile, which has the bonus to give me a bonus to hit as well as damage. How much time does it take if I'm going to learn a spell?
You would have time to do it during the season. I think it takes a week.
Okay. I think right now what I want to spend do we have somebody I could get the mobility spell through on our credit?
That's a good question. So your credit would be Linkermai spells and Chalana Arroy spells.
I thought we had some with the Lunar.
Or the Lunars, yes. The Lunars can offer you basically any spell, but it's more expensive.
Isn't it the standard cost?
There are 2 that are standard and everything else is double.
Yeah, so they have access to a lot of magic, but it's expensive to learn. So you could go to them for almost anything. It's just pricey.
Right. What were their ones at standard rates?
Befuddle and Gleamer.
Yeah.
I already learned Befuddle, right? No, I didn't. I learned Demoralize.
Then Asari's, we talked about, you didn't get theirs. Linker Mai, his spells are going to be any detect spell, and then also Farsi, and those are half price. And then Shauna Arroy offers a variety of useful magics.
Do you have healing already? So
I've heal 3.
Pretty good.
anybody, do you have any thoughts of investing in the heal 6? It's 3 points. I know I'm asking of you, but you know why.
No, I've thought about it. Is that how much I need to reattach a limb? Or...
Yes.
Yeah, so Shauna Arroy offers Fuddle, Dull Blade, Heal, Light, and Shimmer, all at half price. You cannot learn Sleep. Shauna Arroy's special spirit magic of sleep may not be taught to outsiders under any circumstances. She will not teach it because she knows what you'll do with it.
I won't.
She saw what people did to Befuddle, and she refuses. And Befuddle is called out as the example of why she won't share heal sleep.
There.
You also can't learn Preserve Herbs because she gets it from Aldria. It's not actually her spell.
And I can't get it because I'm a lay member.
Say again.
I can't get it from Aldria because I'm a lay member. Or could I if I wanted to?
I don't know.
Not that I'm planning on doing it, so don't worry about it.
That's a good question. It says that Aldria gives her that spell, but I don't remember what Aldria gives.
Well, if I remember right, you told me that mobility was one of the options from Marius. So if we have Asari's credit here.
You don't, but you took the money and the spell is cheap.
Yeah.
Mobility costs 50 lunars.
So I'm going to spend 50 lunars and get mobility.
Okay, cool. And you can do that at the Asari's Cult if you want.
It's just a single point spell now.
Yep, it's a 1-point spell. Costs 50 lunars, takes a week to learn. When you cast it, your move is doubled. Your Dex SR is reduced by 1. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought that seemed like a good one for me. Funny that I don't have Blade Sharp or Protection yet. Protection is tempting me. And you said it costs 50.
50.
Well, I'd say you could learn things from associated colds, but won't.
Yep.
Yamelio is real. He exists. Don't disrespect him like that. I don't know what you
I
want
can learn
from
stuff
him.
from Yamelio. Will he teach me shield or protection?
He doesn't have those spells.
I know.
He could teach you coordinate.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a horrible one, but
yeah, I think you have some of his magics already by virtue of being a light cult. So coordination, detect gold, Farsi, lantern, light, repair again. Light wall is their cult spell, so they usually don't teach it outside the cult itself.
Does Mardina have detect magic?
Yes.
I don't really know. I feel like if we usually have Mardina along, I'd rather her handle detect type stuff. And if I put more points, I should put it either into more multi-missile or more like combat assisting stuff.
Right. I will tell you for future planning, coordination is actually a pretty okay spell. It will effectively add 5 to your agility and manipulations bonuses and reduce your dex SR by 1.
Yeah. My Dex SR, I think, is already a 1.
Right. It'll reduce it.
So I would have a Dex SR.
Yes.
But mobility also does that.
Yes.
I assume I can't go to -1.
I don't know.
I heard the sigh.
I have to look. No, I was encouraging you to think down this path. I just can't remember exactly how far that goes. Let me look. No, it looks like they tap out at 0.
It makes sense. I think that would be completely unreasonable to be negative. But
yeah, it would be a little weird. Yeah, they tap out at 0, so they just don't do anything at that point. Okay, so
I am tempted, and I hate that I'm saying it, out of character.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like at least a Blade Sharp 2 makes sense.
Why do you hate that you're doing that?
Because we have credit with one place, and I've never done that
the Lunars
in character before.
You've never gone to the Lunars for help before in character?
No, I meant like it wasn't help; it was a trade that they took advantage of.
Yeah, well, I think I did that and screwed it up, so it's my fault.
Okay,
makes you feel better.
So
that's my Orlanthe side. Do stuff first, then worry about the consequences later.
Yep.
You know what? If we have a couple weeks here, I might go ahead and pick up a combat spell too, if we have time.
Yeah, you would have time.
It seems like the Lunars, we don't really have anything to spend our credits on with them outside of magic.
Magic, I mean, mundane equipment is an option, but you guys are pretty well kitted out.
I don't really see replacing my armor with anything else.
Right.
You already have a Copus.
And a spear.
Yep. Okay, so let's, Soinnarios, you would be able to go to the barrack, which holds your credit, and meet with the lunars there. And they
That's
would put
what-
you in contact with one of their priestesses who would be able to kind of walk you through learning this magic.
That's why I mentioned it too, because I'll go with you.
Okay. What spell are you looking to pick up?
Blade Sharp?
Okay.
You're Blade Sharp, and I was thinking about doing either a Blade Sharp or protection.
Go protect. You never fight in melee anyways.
I was thinking of the Blade Sharp, I might hit something.
I just realized I don't have a magic weapon.
True.
Unlike somebody who can have flame arrows or speed darts. And
I don't have any magic melee combat.
I thought you had a silver tipped one.
Okay, I'm sorry. I do have a silver tip sphere.
Oh, you're thinking Tomori. I can feel it. I can feel the fear in your character's heart.
Yes.
Like you're like, if I had to fight a Tomori, I would just die because I can't hurt them.
That's
I went through that in D&D once. I'm not doing it again.
I think that's smart. I'm gonna take.
Hey, that was
I'm
a fun fight. You almost got to be a werewolf knight.
I know.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do protection.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't
If you're
matter how
spending
much-
2 weeks here,
yeah,
if you spent 1 week learning mobility, you would have 1 week to learn protection. That would be 1 point of protection.
you said we had 3 weeks, so I'll spend.
You
2
do have
weeks.
3 weeks. I'm asking, but one of you is doing 2 weeks of learning, so I don't know how you're spending your 3rd week. If you want to spend 3 weeks, you can pick up Protect 2.
I'm gonna pick up protect too.
Okay, cool. So these spells for both of you are going to cost twice as much as normal.
Are you managing the spreadsheet?
Yeah, I will. I'm just letting you know that they're expensive.
Yeah.
So protection is going to be 100 credits or 100 lunars credits, 100 lunars per
Point.
point,
So I spent
and
200.
Blade Sharp will be the same. So you're going to spend 400 lunars of
Okay.
credit between the two of you.
Okay.
That's fine. That's fine.
Just letting you know, and I'll go down and find the credit and fix it. This is not a process that requires rolling, to my understanding.
So do I have a 3rd week then?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Would
You
I
can get to Blade Sharp 3.
I was thinking about bumping up to heal 4 because I think I only got heal 3 right now to complicate the credits.
Okay. And do you want to do that from the Chalna Aroi, I would assume?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Sorry, I spoke for you.
I know.
It will be cheaper from them. So point of heal will just be 50. Now, of note, you are not initiates with any of them, so you're not getting the initiate discounts.
That's fine.
If it's associated, does that help?
Associated means that you could just go learn their spells from them, and they wouldn't like make you jump through any hoops. So it doesn't make it cheaper; it just gives you access to their spells.
That means
That's a good question.
they wouldn't necessarily just sell them to me,
Right.
since we have no associate cults outside of Yamalia.
Yeah, Yamalia and Aldrya, I think, are your associated cults.
Does Yamalia have anything worthwhile?
I did not hear any of that.
I said, does Yomelio have anything worthwhile?
Coordination, repair, lantern. That's about it. You have most of his spells already because you're both solar cults.
I do like
Okay.
that we have a almost completely, well, so far non-combat session or adventure. So
We're
what do we
not doing any
spend?
combat.
We haven't gotten home yet.
We won't get there. Okay, so Soinnarios.
Yes.
You and Kathea both go to the Lunar Temple. You talk to the adjutant there. He arranges to have you meet with a lunar priestess associated with the temple who will teach you the spells you want to learn. The lunar priestess that you meet with is another Seven Mothers priestess, but she's more like the one you were working with before was more associated with Tilanori and Dizola. This one is definitely more of a like Yanafol Tarnel's priestess. This Seven Mothers priestess is in fact a man, but they're all called priestesses because they're all seven mothers. His name is Priestess Naladi.
What's that?
Naladi, Nled.
Is that the same one we both learned from?
He will
Cool.
instruct both of you over the next couple of weeks in different spells with some help from an initiate or something, but it's pretty straightforward. The big thing is that, and you get this very quickly, you guys both practice traditional cultic magics that are baked into your cult's philosophies. You learn lunars, like these spells, that the spirits teach, but you're being taught them through a lunar lens. So you will immediately come away with the impression that the lunar philosophy of how the world works is extremely different from your own. Like they have a very different mental model for how the world works. Now, these are thoughts you have probably not had much before because you have not really encountered people with different models of the world outside of like elves and trolls who are obviously not human, right?
Right.
It's like the idea that there are these other human beings living right next to you that seem very similar to you, but then you're like, wow, these people don't think about the world the way I do at all. Their understanding of the elements, of the spirits, of what humanity's place is all very different. So you get some of that. It's not preachy. They're not proselytizing. It's just that this is how they understand magic to work, and they're not wrong. It works for them. And eventually it works for you. So you'll both pick up spells. Also, while you're here, you get a runner that visits with you and calls you back to visit with the adjutant. And he lets you know that his general will not be meeting with you, but she has offered to let you, if you're interested and you want to see how the wyverns that you got are coming along,
Dang it.
you could go look at them if you want.
Yes.
Yeah, of course I will. I'm curious.
All right. So it's been about a year. Yeah, right.
Time
So
flies.
the eggs were pretty big, but not gigantic. Ostrich egg sized, roughly. So you would imagine that what came out of them was like the size of a good sized lizard, right? They're definitely bigger than that now. They are more in the vein of a good sized shadow cat, a good sized A-lynx. So they're a good sized animal. They're big. Like you feel like if you kicked one, it would, you could lift it off the ground with a good kick, but it's not small anymore, Like so, and they're pretty feisty. You get to kind of view them from a distance, like you get to go look at them as they're on the ground. You don't get to like pet them or anything.
Looks like
Right.
we have a
You like to keep all your fingers. So but you do get to see them, and they're good looking, scaled animals. They're slightly glossy. They look healthy, well fed, active. They're hopping around. There are human handlers with them, working with them, and they do seem, well, like I said, feisty. They're not like immediately as a pack pouncing on one of the people and stabbing them to death with their venomous stingers and then eating them, right? So like clearly they're making some progress.
We did that.
Well, anyhow.
So yeah, you do get an update there. You get to see the little critters. And then you get to learn your magics, and then you'll spend a week doing your other training. So at this point, Kathea, to shuffle your order a little bit, you'll go train mobility while Soinnarios is training healing with the Chalnari.
Yep.
Cool. So last week you both train at two different temples. You don't see much of each other, but you both come away with some of those magics.
So you go off and visit your potential there?
Nope. Not this visit.
That's right. Let them wonder.
Well, Corstar's here.
Oh yeah. That's even
Oh,
truer.
Yeah. Oops. I didn't think about the fact that we gave everybody, we're kind of holding them hostage. I guess
Not really. Once everything's done, Corstar takes spell training, and he spends most of his time at the Asari Symbol.
I was gonna say that they actually
You gonna glam up?
all of them could have gotten training out of this too, since they all had a
Yeah, most of your party does not want a bunch of Asari spells.
no, but they could use some of our. I mean,
Credit.
This credit we got was a group credit.
Yep, and I will think about what they get.
Yeah.
Over between sessions. So to kind of close out season here, not much else is going to happen of excitement. While you're here, the last big thing that happens, right? So eventually, the general will show up
Jones?
Jones with their retinue. He will arrive with several hundred troops that are his like personal retinue. You'll see them. You'll be here, like in the city. So he rides in. His troops are on foot. He is on a horse. His troops are all. You would recognize them as being a sort of heavy skirmisher, kind of like a Lindor. They're what the Lunars would call peltists.
Yeah.
So they have a large, relatively light shield. They have javelins. They carry a sword as a backup weapon. One thing you do notice is that there are about, like I said, about 300 of them. All of them are wearing a wolf cloak, like a wolf hide cloak, like everyone. So that occurs. They will buy weapons and things, and they are recruiting.
Go to war. Yeah, we kind of stayed out of war so far.
Yeah, you do. I'm not pushing you towards this. It's just something that's happening. Like a few weeks ago, you were told that they were coming. Now they're here.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah.
It had occurred to me that it would be something that, in the right circumstances, we might get tempted into, but it would have to be the right circumstances. He's got his own army. We're PCs. We don't want to be part of an army.
Yeah, he's got a few hundred with him. He's going to be recruiting from Aldicher and from the tribe to your south, the Dinacoli, to raise troops to avenge the Maboter. So he does get recruits, and he does spend a healthy amount of money buying silver here to turn into weapons for them, spear tips. Other than that, like that passes through eventually. They spend several days in the city and leave with a considerably larger force than they came with. You guys stay behind because you're not into that, and eventually you will need to return to your home to kind of attend to your season affairs.
Yep.
So you'll finish planting and doing those things. You'll go back on patrols. Core Store will eventually take his leave. Your immediate impression of Soinnarios is that he's a little overawed by you now. Like you're pretty cool, but also you and your group are total badasses.
We didn't
You
even
pulled
do anything.
you pulled the we will rule the world together in double-handed fire.
I'm not saying you put him off. I'm just saying that your impression is that you're like, oh yeah, we have this like cool little fun thing to do. We're just gonna go off and bargain with trolls and go fishing in a magical lake, and then we're gonna like spend some of our thousands and thousands of lunars in credit at these various temples, like also doing research projects and hobnobbing with the lunars. And he's just like, oh, you guys are like the real deal. like you're very serious. I need to go home and think a little bit about my life. So
You scared him off.
I'm not saying that either. I'm just saying you get the impression that you were a little much.
I was thinking that too. I was thinking this kid seems okay, but you can do better.
I like Core Store. He's very nice. He's very sweet. And he's been very supportive.
Yeah, you can do better.
You are also in control of your own courtships and can cut anyone off at any time.
Don't let them off.
Okay, I'm just
letting
you know.
I don't know what I want. So
I don't know what I want.
Lead them all on.
That's 10 years later. I can't figure it out.
Funny. All right. So outside of that, I think it's right now kind of at our ending time. If you want to do occupational roles,
yeah, 4 of those, and then we do those along with our skill checks.
You'll pick 4 skills that you don't already have checks in that come from your cult or occupation, and you'll do all your skill checks and stuff.
Gee, I could take all my combat skills.
There you go.
I mean, I'm just saying, because
while you're doing that, don't defocus or stop doing that. But while we're doing that, let's think a little bit about what we want to do in fire season.
We don't have anything already set, do we?
No, your elf adventure is in earth season.
You know what the worst thing is when you succeed at a low skill, and then you roll what would have been a crit when you're trying to get a skill increase. It's like, wow, that was a great roll. But I'm trying to roll high now. But I can't complain. My worship Yolanda went up. I had a question for you, GM.
Mm-hmm.
Any chance for picking up a skill base percentage from?
Yes, you would both gain Elder Race Lore Uz at 5, and you would both gain Troll Insight at 5. You spent a day around a variety of different trolls. You've learned some of the basics of their mannerisms. You've also learned just about their culture and some of their history and how they live and stuff. So you'll pick up both of those at 5%.
And what was the other was?
Sorry, I had written down to say that, but I forgot.
The other would fall under knowledge, and it would be like a customs.
So lore, Elder Race Lore is a lore.
Oh, okay. So I guess put yeah.
It would be a knowledge skill. Your Insight Uz or Troll would be a perception skill.
So should we have a race Adriane or?
Yeah, you should have it at 5% if you don't have it already on your sheet.
Okay.
I have a cult lore, but I didn't do Adriane separately.
Yeah, you should have their lore as an Elder Race as well. I may not have mentioned that. I may have forgotten about it.
Nope. All right. I see the way I wrote it, so I have that.
Okay, cool. And then you got your cult lore because you're a lay member.
If I have it, I just repeated it, but we'll see. Okay. So I did everything I chose. And I could do something like Yolorna lore during this time. Even though it's not
you could check it. If you want to learn more about your myths and stories, you could check it.
Yeah.
As part of your occupational roles. Which I will say, your cult lores are particularly useful when you're trying to hero quest.
I did the same thing with Ronaldo.
Okay, good. All right. Great minds think alike.
Hooray! Manage household.
The most important skill in the game.
Oh, yeah. One-handed spear.
Did you finally get it?
I did.
Excellent. Yeah, I look forward to looking over the wiki later and updating my notes on your character sheets.
And my shield also went up. I trained them together.
Nice. Yeah, I keep track of your cult appropriate skills for thresholds for being like a god talker or a rune lord.
I'm a long ways away. I think 2 skills that are there.
That's pretty good.
I think my skills are already there.
Basically, yeah. Skills are not the hard part of becoming a god. Like the hard part of becoming a god talker is the rune points. So
And POW.
and POW. Yeah, POW's the big one. Just like charisma is really like the skill. Like it's harder to become a rune lord than to become a priestess even. But the charisma is the big gatekeeper alongside the skills, because rune lords usually have to have 18 charisma.
Is there? I did pretty good though. I'm pretty happy. Other than my 01 I rolled for a skill increase and bargain. So after all that Sari's time, I'm no better at bargaining.
Well, you know,
But yeah, my one-handed spear is up to 85%
that's pretty good.
for a weapon I've never once used.
Yeah, I mean that's the power of training, like consistently shoveling occupational roles into it.
Yep. Say my horse riding and my bow are there. How many skills do I need? 5?
5.
Actually, my one-handed spear is the closest.
Yeah, that was true even before. Your ride and bow are done. Your one hand spear is pretty close. Scan would be next, and then probably worship.
My shield's getting there.
Yeah,
Shield counts. Javelin does too, but I've never used javelin or practice.
right. And then
Due to a good manipulation bonus, I'm not bad with a javelin. I just don't have a lot of reason to. It does have
Soinnarios, I think you're looking at cult lore and brewing.
No, shoot.
We'd all like to see an improvement in that brewing. I'm not letting that
Though
go.
you don't need both of those, you only need one of them.
Okay.
Do you have to get 5 skills up to 50%? Is that it?
Yeah.
And 18 POW?
Yep. And 5 rune points, and a devotion, and a rune.
I need to get my
You
rune
need to
up
work on your
more.
rune. Yeah.
Do my runes?
No, runes aren't skills, but your rune, you do need to have one of your runes at 90%. You do.
I do.
Yep. Which rune's that?
Me? Fire.
Fire.
Ha,
Her fire
it's
rune's at
not what
95.
you thought it was.
She has an extremely high fire rune, so you are extremely drawn to
Fire.
ascetic purification, fire. Right?
Are you going to make me become an arsonist out of this?
You made yourself.
All right. So, speaking of fire season, any ideas? Or the things you want to do, projects you want to work on? They do not necessarily have to be go out and do an adventure. They can be, other things. So,
I'm still curious about the undead we've heard about. However, that's in the direction of where this war is going to take place. So I'm not sure how close the two are.
okay. So, if you look at the map on the wiki.
Yep.
Okay.
Over there.
So, the place where I stapled the word Maboder.
Yep.
That's where the Maboder tribe are. This map is newer. It's more recent. So, down by Jaldan's Rest, that's where the Tomori are.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is
so
not
above
really
them are the Torcani. The Torcani are darkness associated Orlanthi.
Where's that?
The Torcani. It's next to the Maboder, above Jaldan's Rest.
Yep, northeast of them.
Okay, the woods that you're looking at are in between Heron Green and Alone, basically.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, if there's a reason to pull us into that, I'm not sure that there was enough in character to force me that direction.
No, that's absolutely fair. It's just a rumor you heard, right? They're more active. And you are right. They are unlikely to ever reach the unvoting, even if they're out raiding and kidnapping people.
Right.
The Mandarin, sure. The Stag Shield, probably. The people of Alone, like the Pakad tribe.
So maybe
probably.
Somebody will have heard of everything we've done and come hire us to
handle it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we've heard you're pretty cool. You want to come kill our problems for us?
I don't know. It's just an idea.
No, I get you. And some of this is up to you, like out of character, not just in character. Like if you want to do something, I can try to push some inciting incidents. If you don't want to do something, I won't.
Well, and I'm saying this as Soinnarios, I'm interested in it as something to do, but I'm not interested enough to force it if you have something better, or if you're not interested.
I don't have anything. So, Soinnarios, what are you thinking?
No, I think I'm fine checking it out, because one, see if it's worth pointing a whole groom Kimwalti with a grudge.
Yeah,
that way.
An unreasonable grudge.
Because the Makad aren't necessarily our friend. I know the Amad are.
Right.
So.
Yeah. God, our enemy though, we had no problem going across there.
But Stag Shield are friends in case things happen.
That's what I was thinking. Stag Shield are our friends, and that's when I was kind of thinking, we're here, we have a bit of a reputation going. Maybe somebody drop something from there and say, but I was just thinking of a way to push us that direction.
It'd be a shame if there's a new member of the Stag Shield that's like, hey, I know some people that owes us since we got him wed.
That's
Right.
true.
Right.
That's true. That would work out.
Plus, for things, I guess, I don't know how much we need to get into it in fire season compared to even Earth or Darkness and Storm, but getting the thing of, okay, I'm going to stop having herds and moving to barley fields and getting a whole new set of Carls and
Right. When you do that, the actual shuffling will probably occur over the winter.
okay.
That way you can be prepared. Like everybody in your clan who's moving around will be ready for their new roles all of the winter to get ready, basically. And then you'll take possession of those lands in sea season of next year. Okay.
Cool.
So something to think about, but maybe not something to do right away.
Yeah.
Next up.
I do have one other thing there,
Go for
which
it.
is depending on what we're doing in fire season, my other thing would be to go back to my holy site.
Yes,
And,
that would make sense. That would be
it actually seems like fire season would be an appropriate
would be a
season
good
do
time
that.
to do it. Fire and darkness would be the two most appropriate times for solar rites.
So I would go there, and I would maybe take there some if I had some other Yellornans with me. But the problem with that is that it ends up becoming a solo thing, so it's not probably
Kind of, but if you're both doing different things, we might be okay. Another thing, scenarios. I have a
Yes.
question for you.
Okay.
Your character. I know that one of your character goals and one of her goals is to have kids.
Yes.
When are you planning on working on that? And again, in your culture, you are not necessarily expected to be married in order to have a kid. Marriage is, or like the kid would be yours, right? So we know what clan they're in. Obviously, marriage is important for like managing alliances and for creating inheritances, right? And managing land.
Yep.
But it's not like, and having kids is an important part of marriage, but you can have kids outside of marriage. It's not frowned on the way it is in our society.
And then one that might help me in my other claims.
Also, pursuant to this, and something if you wanted to
Yeah.
do, you would need to start setting up in fire season because you will be gone for part of earth season. One of the easier ways to get a husband for a little bit for an Ernalden is to do a harvest queen, right? So like the Garhound competitions and
Yep.
Prax.
We gonna play the NPCs in it?
You could do one of those in Earth season. If you were going to do that, it's a minor, like it's a this world essentially hero quest. Like it has some impact on your blessed crops rolls, like harvest rolls for the next year, but it's not really a hero quest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you might consider that if you're going to do that, fire season would be the time to get the groundwork laid, and this would win you a year husband. So someone that you marry for 1 year and who would move to your clan for that year. Any children would be yours because the fertility right is for your clan. So you would have the claim. Like when you divorce at the end of the year, you would keep any children you had.
Really like him, I get to keep him.
Yeah, and if you really like him, you could marry him again for a year, or you could make a permanent marriage, or
It'd be kind of humorous to watch your guy that went with us last time hop into that and then have a bunch of. It's kind of like being the local love of that Garhound contest who goes into it against all the seasoned.
right.
Of course not. He'll
You
still
don't
get
have to,
smoked.
dude. He might not. Maybe I'll train him up during fire season if you convince me that you really like him.
That is tempting.
Not that I can train anybody in anything useful for a Orlanthe, but
Right. Yeah, so give that some thought. It is late enough that I'm
Yeah.
recording at a remote location, so I need to be leaving pretty soon.
Yep.
But give that some thought. We will talk obviously between sessions, and then we will come back in fire season with possibly several adventures. I don't know yet. Anyways, let's wrap this one here. We will see everyone in the next episode, and until then, have fun.